Hey, what's up, guys? Hope everyone out there is doing well. My name is Mike, and it's time for us to get into another music reaction. So, guys, this is going to be the first time having Pearl Jam on the channel. I'm pretty excited for this. It's a band I grew up with. They were part of my musical awakening, man. When I was a kid, I think in junior high still, when, the first album came out. I love these guys. Thing is, I have not kept up with their music. Part of the whole reason why I started reacting to music on the channel. I can't remember the point where I stopped following them, but it might have been around 2003 or so, somewhere around there. We are going to be checking out a recently released song from their latest album. It's called Dance of the Clairvoyants, and we're going to check out this video here. It might be blocked for visual content, so I might have to put a picture over it. Or do some editing. So just a heads up in advance. This is a mic pick. This is not a request. No one has ever requested Pearl Jam on my channel before, actually. I even tried to go and check the comments. No one has even commented the two words Pearl Jam before, ever. So, straight up a me pick. The reason why I chose this is I just discovered 15 minutes ago that Pearl Jam had released an album in 2020. I wasn't aware of it. So I pulled it up on Wikipedia. The album's called Gigaton. It was released on March 27th of 2020. And the very first paragraph of this, it mentions the singles. And the very first one that's mentioned is Dance of the Clairvoyants. That's why I chose this one. I always do research on lyrics. And wow, there's a ton of lyrics here. We're actually not going to talk about these lyrics much. We'll talk about the meaning. But there's just so many lyrics. In the process of doing that, there's this article I saw from oralcrave.com, and it talks about the meaning. But in the beginning of this, it mentions how the song sounds very different and that it actually pissed off some of the Pearl Jam purists, like some hardcore fans, because it sounds so different. I have some stuff to say about that. I'll save that for after I hear this song. But I have some input on just that. It doesn't matter the band. Just that, purists, and getting pissed off when a band changes sound. Anyway, so, one last cool thing I'll mention before we talk about the meaning. I read this in the Wikipedia page for the song itself too, but all the musicians in the band switched instruments on this, so that's pretty cool, man. Alright, so, about the song, I'm just gonna go off I'm gonna read from the article here. Tiny as we are against the immensity of nature and of the universe, which is not controllable by us, we are moved by an equally uncontrollable strength, which is love. What we know, or we think we know, is lost. Love defeats our beliefs and leads us to thoughts and actions we never imagined before. We expect perfection, even in our interpersonal relationships. We never want to compromise, as concentrated as we are on ourselves, on the here and now. But is this really not making us lose something? To surrender to something different than from what we've imagined? It might be offering a future scenario, which could be different from our present. We're small in the universe. We must acknowledge it. We can't affect life's flowing. We can't be greater than the sun. But this is not a negative thought. Maybe letting ourselves go more, we could suffer less. To be more compliant towards others could help us to live better. Time flows around us without us noticing, close in our boxes. And then here's the part that I kind of don't get. The clairvoyants, creatures on the border between reality and paranormal, who live seeing the future. They are out of this egocentric world projected in their dreamlike dimension. But who are these clairvoyants? Here's the answer. And then I did look at the lyrics here to kind of tie it into this part, so we will talk about this. I know the girls want to dance, fall away their circumstance. I know the boys want to grow their dicks and fix and file things. I don't understand that. Men, and then here's more on the meaning. Men come from Mars, women from Venus. Girls want to be fickle, to dance and forget their problems. Clairvoyants in a trance, they let themselves go with the stream, and they are the door to the future. Boys are concentrated on the same obsession and on their habits. How to put them in touch? Well, and then this is from the lyrics as well. Stand back when the spirit comes. By surrendering, not facing the spirit that overwhelms us. By opening up to the future, to life's flowing, to love that guides all of this. So what do we get out of this? acknowledge your place in the world. Don't let things take you away from what you're supposed to be. Okay? Don't be distracted. Life will become easier and you may be happier when you drop all those distractions and unnecessary stresses and worries. And I'll talk more about that later on too, but after the song. But let's go ahead and dive in. Sorry for blabbing. If you're someone who's never been on my channel, I do this. I like to put time into this and appreciate the art of songwriting and lyrics writing, and I try to know what bands are talking about. So without further ado, guys, let's go ahead and dive in. Pearl Jam, Dance to the Clairvoyants. Wow. Oh, dude, this does sound different. Oh, man. This is definitely the most different I've ever heard Pearl Jam.
Confusion is to commotion. What love is to our devotion. Perceptibly big, big as the ocean, and equally hard to control. So save your predictions, burn your assumptions. Love is friction, right for comfort, endless equations, and time and persuasion. Doors open up, your interpretation.
Wow.
Expecting perfection leaves a lot to ignore. When the past is the present and the future's no more. When every tomorrow is the same as before.
I love this, man. Okay, hold on. Absolutely love the sound on this. This is excellent. I said I'd talk about this after the song ended, but I disagree with any purist of Pearl Jam. There may be some purists out there who are more hardcore fans than me, but I've been a fan of them since they began, since they started, since their first album was released from their first single, which I think was Even Flow. It might have been Jeremy or Even Flow, but I don't want to, I'm not trying to start any beef or anything like that, but I completely disagree with any purist who heard this song and was like, no, screw this. What an evolution of sound, man. This sounds absolutely amazing. I love it. Let's keep going. We'll talk more about, everything else later. Sounds great, though.
The looser things get, the tighter you become. The looser things get, tighter. Not one man can be greater than the sun. It's not a negative thought, I'm positive, positive, positive. Falling down, not staying down.
Oh, this sounds so good.
Hold me up, brother, tear me down, throw in the river. Expecting perfection leaves a lot to endure. When the past is the present and the future's no more. When every tomorrow is the same as before. Numbers keep falling off the calendar's floor. We're stuck in our boxes, windows open no more. Collecting up the forget-me-nots, not recalling what they're for. I'm in love
Wow,
with clairvoyants 'cause they're out of this world.
Captivating video, too. I'm sorry if this gets blocked and you guys don't get to see this. This is amazing, man.
Girls wanna dance, oh, way that circumstance. I know the boys wanna grow, that fix and fire things. I know the girls wanna dance.
God, this is so good.
Clairvoyance in no trance. I know the boys wanna grow. That fix and
I don't understand that line.
Stand back when the spirit comes. 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 Stand back when the spirit comes.
God, this song is so just tight and in the pocket, man. God dang, man, I love this. This is an immediate. One of the best things I've heard this year so far, man. Wow. Oh my god, I got lost in that song, dude. Almost forgot I was doing a reaction. Wow. Pearl Jam, Dance of the Clairvoyants. Wow, that was excellent, man. Holy crap. I'm blown away, dude. I'm blown away, man. Okay, where do I start? I'm just trying to find a nice little spot to kind of stop on. This is definitely the most different Pearl Jam song I've ever heard in my life. It says the first album released in 7 years when I was reading about Gigaton. So, whatever, I know I missed a lot from around 2003, 2004 to 2013, I guess, is about last time. Oh no, you know what? It's 2022, and I'm thinking 2020. So 2015, I guess, right? Or no, it came out in 2020. I'm sorry, I'm an idiot. So 2013 would have been the last time they had an album released. And yeah, I don't know anything from 2004 to 2013. I don't know if there's any similarities in this song and what I've missed, but if there's a bunch of pissed off fans about this song, then I'm assuming not. And we're going to touch on that here too in a little bit, but well put together song, so beautiful. What an evolution of sound. It's just so delicious on my ears, man. Some of that guitar work reminded me of like rock music from the 80s almost, you know? And yeah, same with the drumming on this. That was very 80s-esque too. But wow, this I'm gushing, man. This was an excellent song, and I'm almost at a loss for words. Like, it was so good, it's so different, and so captivating. That the tempo and the it was just in the pocket with that drum beat. It's just so staccato and tight, perfect. So in the pocket, and just when the drums are that staccato and short. It I don't know how to describe it. It's just it's so captivating on the ears, man. It really locks me in. His vocals were excellent on this too. Guitar work was great, bass work, all the music, the mixing was perfect. Audio engineering is awesome. Now let's just talk about what I was talking about before with purist fans being pissed off about this. I completely disagree with that. And I'm glad that they, like almost every other band, evolves. Because then, if they never evolved, we'd never have this beautiful piece of artwork. This was amazing. Now just think about this. Let's just say they released this album and it sounded just like their first album or second album. Would people still like that? The grunge phase, how long ago was that, man? I was in high school or junior high when that happened. You're not telling me things have changed since then? I think a lot of fans would be pissed off, actually, if even more so than the purists, if they released another album like that. They'd be like, really? You guys haven't moved on? Now, it is cool when bands do that. They kind of return to their old sound. I know Metallica did that a few times. But I'm just trying to say, like, if the band wants to do that and they make let's go back to our old sound, cool. my preference is I like when bands evolve, and I'm all for that. But at the same time, if they did that, I wouldn't criticize them for that. Okay. What I'm trying to say, I'm getting lost in the weeds here, but my point is, don't tell a band what they should or shouldn't do. They're gonna write the music they want to write, and if they're writing music for the fans, I don't think that's the right way to go about it. That's not actual evolution. You're just doing what you think the fans want to hear so you can make more money. So yeah, I'm very against that. Trying to tell a band what they should or should not do. This is such a great piece of artwork that I'm so happy they did evolve and write this. I don't know what all the other songs are going to sound like on the album, but absolutely love this track. This was amazing. If the meaning is right from that article that I was reading in the beginning, then what beautiful themes in this song as well, man. I'm not sure how that would apply to this video, which had a lot of like nature shots and stuff in it, so I'll have to watch it again. And you might not even know what I'm talking about if this video gets blocked for visual content and if it's edited. But wow, absolutely blown away by this. I could go on talking about this forever, but I feel like this reaction's already long because I did a lot of talking on the meeting in the beginning. There was something else I was going to mention. I forgot what it was, but the main thing I wanted to touch on was just that whole thing about the purist fans not liking this, because this was a great piece of artwork. And I think most fans, along with a band, the older you get, the more you change, the more you evolve. So if I feel like you shouldn't be stuck. If you are a purist fan, you should have evolved by now too. You shouldn't be stuck in a time loop, which is kind of what this song is actually, the theme is about, right? Going with the flow. Don't let things like hold you up. You know what I mean? I'm sorry, I had to cough. I'm still getting over sickness. But yeah, the whole thing with the purists, that's exactly what this song is saying don't do. You know what I mean? Like, go with the flow, move on. Don't let things hold you up. Which, okay, that reminds me, that's the last thing I was going to mention, is that holds a lot of meaning for me because, and I'm not going to get too detailed on this, but I used to want to be, when I was in college, I was going to get a degree that would help me in politics, and I wanted to be involved in the world of politics. I used to live that stuff, and, all I would do all day, my hobbies was just paying attention to what's happening in politics. And I discovered that it really made me unhappy, and I got into a lot of fights with friends. Not fist fights, but I mean like verbal fights, arguments. And I was not a happy person, so much so that I changed my major. I got a degree in finance, but why I'm bringing that up is it's kind of what this song's talking about too. Don't get caught up on the small things, go with the flow, and you might be happier that way. And that's what I did, man. I dropped all the things that about politics in my life, which was ultimately making me unhappy. And I'm kind of like that guy from The Matrix, the first one, Cypher, where he's actually a bad guy in the movie, but he says a quote, ignorance is bliss, and he eats a piece of steak, and which is not real. He's in the Matrix, but that made him happy. He wanted to get out of the real life and go into the Matrix. And sometimes ignorance is bliss. I'm not going to say that's the proper attitude to take in every aspect of your life, but I feel like that was the proper one to take in my life when it came to being involved in politics. I didn't want to deal with it anymore. I was miserable. So yeah. Anyway, I've gone on so long. This is such a long reaction, but the reason why I have so much to say about this one is because I absolutely love this song. It's an immediate favorite. This is, definitely one of the best songs I've heard all, in the short time we've been in 2022 so far. Anyway, let me wrap this up. If you guys have any other songs you want me to check out from Pearl Jam, please let me know. There's a gigantic portion of their catalog that I've just not heard. To be honest with you, I think the last thing I remember hearing was from the Vitalogy album. I think that was their third album. maybe fourth. I can't remember. And then I've heard a couple songs here and there from the albums in between there. So yeah, leave me some suggestions, guys, or if any other bands too. It doesn't have to be Pearl Jam. If you've made it this far into the video, let me just say, please go check out Pearl Jam if you've never heard them before. Thank you for taking the time to sit with me. Most people won't make it this far into the video, so thanks if you are still here. And yeah, we'll see you guys in the next one.